Tiger fans, I've been thinking of doing this video for a little while now, and this one's called A Healthy Dose of Reality. And it's a video that maybe not many people are going to like what they hear, but it's just fact. It's all factual. It's where we're at currently. It's what we need to come to expect and what we have to come to terms with. The reason why I'm wanting to do this now is we've obviously had 2 practice games in the last few weeks. The West Coast game, which we sent a whole raft of youngsters over to play, and we obviously lost by quite a substantial amount. Not that the scoreline mattered in that game. And then we had Collingwood the other night where we played a pretty good first half, and then it fell away in the second half and we got trounced by about 80 odd points. Again, scoreline didn't matter. Good to see some young kids having a crack. But the one common thing that I noticed from after both of those games is there was a lot of people still losing their collective minds about this, going absolutely ham at the club about where's the game plan? Why isn't player X doing that? Why isn't he doing that? He should be doing better. And I just think we need to take stock a little bit and actually understand what we're dealing with here in 2025 and 2026 and some of 2027 for that matter. Because the harsh reality of this is, guys, we are in for a couple of really average years. And I know we don't want to hear that, we don't want to see it, but it's just what's going to happen. We've just had 1,200 games of experience walk out the door, new CEO, new president, new coach, and in amongst all that, there was a lot of instability in the club in 2024, which we all saw. It was all there for everybody to see, and we played that way. There's been assistant coaches still on board from Hardwick era that have now gone, so now Uze's got his full list in, and we've got 8 new draftees in with a combined amount of experience of 0. So there's a lot of factors at play here, and I just think that there's a little bit of an unrealistic expectation from a lot of people of seeing this game plan they want to see for all 4 quarters. Why didn't we see a game plan? It's like, well, no, you did see a game plan against Collingwood. You saw it in the first quarter and for most of the second quarter, and we were actually ultra competitive. And if we had a kick straight, we probably would have been in front. Yes, the second quarter, the wheels fell off, and we didn't really do too well there. But unfortunately, whether we like it or not, we're going to have to get used to those type of fade-outs quite a lot for the next 2 years. This is just part and parcel of having an inexperienced side, learning a new game plan, trying to get it down pat, and there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. I viewed that Collingwood game as a game of 2 halves, as cliche as that sounds. But that first half, I thought we played okay. Did we shoot the lights out? No, of course not. But it was a substantial improvement on the West Coast game, which we all wanted to see. There was clearly ball movement plans happening. There was the kicks inside, the 45-degree angle kicks. There was running in waves, overlap handballs. Even on the very, very rare occasion Collingwood decided to kick it behind. The kick-outs, I think only one went to the pocket. All other ones were either long down the middle, some long outside 50 onto the half-forward flank. So we mixed it up. So again, that's an improvement on what we were seeing last year. So the point of that part is the game plan was there. The ball movement was there. It was happening. It's just unfortunately with the youngsters that we've got playing, it just won't happen for as long as you want it to happen. So all I'm saying is when you finish watching a game, maybe don't make comments on the totality of the game, because the odds are that we're going to lose a lot of games by that 40, 50, 60, 70 point margin, and we're going to fade badly in a lot of games. So if you walk away from those games just criticizing it to the nth degree, like I didn't see this, I didn't see that, but maybe in fact you did see it in the first quarter or the second quarter, but it just got overshadowed by the fadeaway at the end, and that left a sour taste in your mouth, which I get. It's not going to be exciting, some of those moments, and they're not going to be fun, some of those moments, but that's just where we're at. And if you want to look at some comparisons, and I'm not at all saying we're going to turn into what Hawthorn have turned into, but you look at Hawthorn in 2020, and I know this was still in the Clarkson era, these 2020 and 2021, but they were 15th with 5 wins. In 2021, they were 14th with 7 wins. Then Sam Mitchell takes over. In 2022, they're 13th with 8 wins. 2023, they're 16th with 7 wins. 2024, they're 7th with 14 wins. So, for those who don't remember, there was a lot of pressure from Hawthorn people on Sam Mitchell. Why are these players not getting it? Why are they not, projecting the way they should be? Where's the game plan? All the same kind of comments that we're hearing now from our own supporters. And all that was with them, it was just a matter of time of working through the game plan, piecing it together, getting these kids up to that 50, 60, 70 game mark, and so they understood what they needed to do, and then they saw the rewards of that last year. What they do this year, who knows? But I'm just saying that it's a bit of a cycle you've got to go through. There's a couple of years of pain you've got to get through before you see the rewards of what Uze and the coaching staff are trying to implement. Let's take a look at the players now, because this is where it gets really important that people understand what we're actually dealing with here. The players who have played 0 AFL level games to date. Obviously the draftees. So we've got Smiley, Lawler, Houghton, Trainer, Jonty Fall, Elgar, Sims, Armstrong. On top of that, we've also got Liam Fawcett, Oliver Hayes-Brown, and Campbell Gray. So none of them have played an AFL game. The next bunch of players are players that have been on our list for, maybe 1 to 3 or 4 years now. They're players that I think a lot of people are expecting a lot more of than maybe what they can give us at the moment, because they're just wanting to see this development and growth. And we all want to see it, but I think we need to just take a step back and understand where some of these players are at in reality and why we're not seeing what we want to see, and then it might take a bit longer than what we think. So Maurice Rioli Jr., 36 games, not even anywhere near 50, and a lot of that has been interrupted with injury as well. Josh Gibcus, 20 games. We know his injury passed pretty full on. Hopefully we see him in the second half of the year. Juddy Clark, 17 games, obviously coming off a knee reconstruction. Kane McAuliffe, 9 games. And out of those 9 games, I would guess at least 5 of those were a sub. Tom Brown, 19 games, coming off shoulder injury in the off-season. Looked okay in the Collingwood game, didn't shoot the lights out, but 19 games. Samson Ryan, 23 games, has been slammed from pillar to post from everybody, from all parts of the world about his performance, and he's entering his ruck prime. I know there's a lot he's got to work on, but 23 games, okay? Tyler Sonzi, 24 games. Sam Banks, 21 games. Maikelti Lafau, 10 games, another knee reco. Jacob Bauer, 7 games. Tyler Young, who's probably largely a forgotten man at this stage, 28 games, knee reconstruction. Jacob Blight, 3 games. Steely Green, 6 games. Caleb Smith, 4 games. So in totality, there is 256 games of experience between 28 players out of a possible 43. 28 out of 43. That is not a lot of experience for a lot of players that I've just named that we are all wanting to see play as in the best 23. And rightfully so. We want to see him in there. I get it. Absolutely. And I don't disagree with it. What I'm trying to say is, though, a lot of these guys haven't even played 10 games, far be it 50, 60, or 70. So we just have to temper our expectations of what these guys are going to do on a weekly basis. They are going to be super inconsistent. They are going to give us moments of brilliance as well. And we're going to be like, oh, wow, that was good. Loving what I'm seeing there. And then they might turn the ball over in a really bad way. It's just what happens with young, inexperienced kids. And we've also got to remember that these young, experienced kids are surrounded by more young, experienced kids. We've got very limited experienced players now after the players that left. And the ones who are there, you've got your Presties and Lynches who, truth be told, struggle to stay on the park. Broad and Vlosten are probably some really good mainstays, as is Short in the backline. That's probably our most settled area. Nanks obviously playing quite a few games in the ruck. Taranto and Hopper played their good share. Hopper's had some injury worries, but hopefully seems past it now. But on the whole, guys, we are a very young list. So I just ask that when you go to a Richmond game or you watch it on TV, watch it with that lens. Don't watch it expecting to see a full 4-quarter effort. You're not going to get it. We still should hopefully jag a few wins. I think going winless is probably a little bit unrealistic. But yeah, there's going to be times where you see things you love. There's going to be times you see things you hate. And it just comes down to where we are in the cycle of our football life. So just take stock a little bit for those who get a bit up in arms about the game style and game plan and things like that. Take a deep breath, understand where we're at, and I think you'll enjoy football a little bit more. And that's what this is all about. I just want people to enjoy their footy a bit more. I'm not going to try and tell you how to think or feel, but it's just something to consider. Something to consider when you watch your next Richmond game. Anyway, that's it for the video tonight. Have a think about it. A lot of inexperience. Can't wait to see these kids grow. Very much looking forward to that. And hopefully we can see some 1 or 2 quarters of brilliance here and there as the year go on. And we'll hopefully, turn that into 3 or 4 in a couple of years' time. But that is it. That's the video for tonight. Make sure for more Richmond content, like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you for the next one. Go Tigers.